go. So what we're gonna do on this young lady is she wants a chemical peel on her face. Now, she has a little bit of melasma right here. You can see some of the discoloration. Get a little closer. You can see some of this discoloration that she has on her face. That discoloration is called the mask of pregnancy or melasma. She happens to be pregnant, and so she has the pigmentation. Now, this pigmentation is very sensitive to sunlight, so it's absolutely imperative that you use sunscreen on this, because otherwise the sun, you can see that this is pigmentation's it's a little darker here than the skin next to it, so the sun gets absorbed heavily into the pigmented area, and that's why the sunscreen is so important. And it's very safe for her to use it, so there's no problem with that. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the oil off her face with acetone, so that when I put the acid on, it'll penetrate deeper. Any amount of oil on someone's face stops penetration from going. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to see this is acetone right here, and I'm going to take a cloth, okay, and I'm going to get it wet and put some nice acetone on it. Okay, it's nice and wet. I got nice acetone. I just gotta make sure she closes her eyes. I don't want anything to get in her eyes. So we want to clean her face real well. Now she has a little eczema right here. And this eczema was caused by the acid a little bit that she used. And some people get a little irritation from acid, her daily acid. But you can see when you look at her, she's my daughter, she's been using glycolic acid and trichloroacetic acid for 25 years. Okay, and her skin is nice and smooth. Little irritation from the acid, which will go away. You can use 1% hydrocortisone that you get over the counter, and you can put it on this red area. You can just use the moisturizer and it'll just go away. It's not harmful. You don't need to stop the acid at all. But right now what I'm doing is this area where it's brown, I'm using extra acetone because I want to get good penetration. Okay, and if you don't, here's the secret. If you just use lightening creams on this, it won't go away. You must add the glycolic acid and trichloroacetic acid to give it the extra punch that it needs. But now here's something very important. If you go past 23% trichloroacetic acid, it sometimes gives you the reverse action. I've also dermabrated this, where you actually sand the skin. Some people do real well with that. Sometimes you get an opposite reaction. So you got to be very careful and be more conservative when you treat melasma. So I'm cleaning it. I want to get deep penetration, but I'm only going to use 23% acid. But you see how nice and smooth her skin is. That's from her using acid for many years. And it has a nice glow to it because it takes the top layer of skin off. Now, as we do it, and every time I do it once a month, a little more penetration happens and more wrinkles disappear over time. When you use a mild strength like this, that's what happens. Now, I have phenol acid also, which I can take her whole face off, and then in 2 weeks she won't have a wrinkle. But her entire face will be a big scab and swell up like a basketball. So that requires downtime. So now that I've cleaned her face, and I'm going to clean it a little extra, make sure I get a good job cleaning it. And it's okay to go over the irritated area. You can see that I've gotten some of her makeup off, okay? Acetone